Okay, guys, now let's take a look at our NASDAQ 100 and we'll see where our price will be moving to. So before we go and get started, if you've not subscribed, click on the subscribe button, like and share. Now let's see it from our weekly time frame down to our 1 hour time frame. On this weekly time frame, this was our highs here. If you have to zoom it out, we all can see it. It was actually a rally movement upward since 2013. We're actually bullish on our NASDAQ 100, but of recent, we are now on a bearish move on our NASDAQ 100. Now, this is it on weekly time frame. This was an impulse move, which I'll be taking here. A little bit of correction was made here. Then we had another impulse move downward. A correction was made here. Another impulse move. We had a correction. Then an impulse move again. So basically, when we have multiple break of structure downward, especially when it is on the weekly time frame, then it is actually bearish. We should look for one thing, which is to actually short this trade. So basically, it is exactly what we will be looking for. So basically, of our weekly time frame, this is our recent lower lows. This is of the lower lows of our recent lower lows. Then we add this huge impulse movement upward, a huge correction upward. Then we are having another once again on our weekly time frame, a drop we are expecting on our NASDAQ 100. So basically, we would be expecting a drop, and possibly on this weekly time frame, the price should break below this week, this huge week we all can see here, which is our previous lower lows. So we are expecting the price to break below it and continue to go bearish. But before that, before we actually break below it and continue to go down, we would want to take the sell position straight downward to this low key area, which we have about I think 9,200 and about 9,000 basis points more for our NASDAQ 100 to actually drop. So basically, on this weekly time frame, we are bearish on it, and we should look to short it if we are trading on the weekly time frame. And secondly, the price is below the 10 period moving average. This moving average you can see is about 10 period moving average. So the price is below 10 period moving average. So let's consider going short on it. On the daily time frame, we all can see it. It is actually a bearish move, by the way, on our daily time frame. So this here is actually a correction on the weekly time frame. When we were having this impulse move downward, then we add this as a correction on the weekly time frame. This is it. We all can see this as a correction on the weekly time frame. So on the daily time frame, it was actually a rally movement upward until the statement that was released on the interest rate hike. Then we started having this drop, and since then we can see on this recent move we are bearish. Drop here and correction was made here. Another huge drop was made. Then we had a little bit of a correction, and I'm seeing getting here as an impulse move downward, and a little still drop on our NASDAQ 100, by the way. So we are still expecting a drop. Weekly time frame, we are bearish. We should continue to short it. Daily time frame too, also bearish, and coupled with the fact that price is below the 10 period moving average. So once the price is below 10 period moving average, we should consider shorting this daily time frame, right? Now, to actually enter this trade, and we would want to see where the price will be moving to on the 7th of September. We will actually go straight down to our 4-hour time frame. So take a look at this view on our 4-hour time frame. From this top down here, it is actually bearish again. Notice weekly time frame is bearish, daily time frame is bearish, and now 4-hour time frame is bearish. It is the 4-hour time frame we would consider entering this trade. Since the 4-hour time frame is bearish, we should look for a way to actually short this NASDAQ 100. Do not look for a way to buy it, but to actually sell it. So look for a way to actually short it. So let's take it from here. Let's start it from here. This was an impulse movement. A correction was made here. another impulse movement breaking below this previous lows. You can see this was the previous lows, it broke below it. Another correction was made here, right? So price was kind of ranging around this area here. We saw another price actually pushes up, but it fails to break above this high. So is it legitimately still a lows? Yes, because if you look at this move here, this huge wick here, we see that this huge wick down here broke below this previous lows. We all can see these two lows we saw here, the price broke below it. So basically we should actually look for a way to actually jump to sell this, because it is still a confirmation we are on a bearish move. So basically, on to actually pull this trade now, let's see if a little bit of a correction will be made, then we can short it by the way the next day, which will be on the 7th of September. So on the 7th, we very much likely to open and close bearish on the daily time frame. Now let's sit on our 1 hour time frame. This is actually a huge impulse move downward here. There was a correction. If you see this drop that broke below this lows here, we saw this huge impulse move downward, then a correction was made here, and another impulse move we've gotten. Guess what we're having again? A little bit of a correction, and we are expecting another impulse move. So basically from weekly time frame downward, they are all bearish, so we should consider going short on our NASDAQ 100 for the day. So this is it. The next day will very much likely open and close bearish on our NASDAQ 100.